Good evening, CJ Mass Gallery. So I'm coming to you live from the cafeteria. I apologize for any excess noise involved in making this video. I got some guys taking tests and doing some homework. Please make sure you're coming to school with your homework completed. So let me walk you through homework 1.10. So first thing you're going to do on all the problems is rewrite them vertically. So I'm going to have 13 over 7 plus 1/3. And then we're going to go ahead and make sure that we change these denominators so that they're common. So I'll multiply this one by 3, and I will multiply this one by 7. In doing so, I'll get new fractions. So 13 over 3 becomes 39 over 21 plus 7 over 21. I'll then add these up. I will keep the denominator when I add. So 39 plus 7 will give me 46 over 21. This is an improper fraction, so I need to change that to a mixed number. 21 goes into 46. Sorry, 21, not 2. 21 goes into 46 2 times. That's 42 with 4 left over. I get my answer of 2 and 4 over 21. Circle all your answers. Make sure it's nice and neat, just like I've had it, and then circle the correct answer. Notice, if you get something that's not one of these answer choices, you've done it incorrectly. Number 3, 7/8 plus 5/3. So I'm going to go ahead and multiply this one by 8, this one by 3, and we get 21 over 24 plus 40 over 24. When I add that up, I get 61 over 24, which again is an improper fraction, so I'll say 24 goes into 61 how many times? 2 times, because that's 48. Sorry for the noise, guys. 61 minus 48 is 13, so I get 2 and 13 over 24. We'll circle this. B is my answer. 1/2 plus 8 over 7. So we're going to go ahead and multiply by 7 and by 2. The new fraction is 7 over 14 plus 16 over 14. Add these up. 7 plus 16 is 23 over 14. Again, that's improper because it's an improper fraction. I say, all right, how many times does 14 go into 23? Goes in there 1 time, 9 left over. So 1 and 9/14 is your answer. A. Number 7. We'll write it over here since I got a little big on that one. 5/7. Please make sure it's nice and neat, guys, just like I have it right now. Plus 1/5. Say times 7. Oh, nope, times 5 on that one, my fault. Times 5 times 5 times 7 times 7. So I get 25 plus u over 35. Plus 7 over 35. Let's add this up. I'm lucky this time I get 32 over 35. That is a proper fraction that is fully simplified, so that's why C is my answer. Be careful. On number 9 through the end, we've changed from addition to subtraction. So 4/5 minus 2/3. I'm going to multiply the 5ths by 3, the 2/3 by 5. I get 12 over 15 minus 10 over 15. Subtract the numerators. 12 and 10 gives you 2. Keep the denominators of 15, 2/15. B is your answer. Number 11, 5/4 minus 1/6. Now I could do times 4 and times 6, but there's actually a common denominator that's smaller than 24, and that's 12. So I'll do times 3, times 3, times 2, times 2. And again, why I'm doing that is because I know there's a common denominator of 4 and 6, a common multiple of 12, and that's smaller than 24. If I did 24, I could still get the right answer, but I would have to simplify in the end. So I'll get 15 over 12 minus 2 over 12. That will give me 13 over 12. And then I'll have to do 12 into 13 because this is improper. It goes in there 1 time with 1 left over, so I'll have 1 and 1/12. stop, make sure your paper is nice and neat, just like mine right now. And when you do yours, make sure yours is nice and neat. You're going to have to write small, write neat. Right? Yes, you need to write that down. Backside. Still subtracting here, so 5/3 minus 5/6. So again, I could multiply it by 3 and by 6. That would get me 18, but then I would have to simplify it. Or I could just change 3. I have a common multiple of 6, so I can leave that one alone and just say times 2 times 2. So I have 10 over 6 minus 5 over 6. And that gives me 10 minus 5 is 5. Keep the denominator of 6. 5/6 is my answer, C. Number 15, 1/2 minus 1/6. Again, I could do times 2 times 6, or I could say, is there a multiple lower of 2 and 6? Yeah, it's actually 6, so I can leave that one alone, and I can say, hey, times 3 times 3. So I get 3 over 6 minus 1/6. 3 minus 1 is 2, 6, and then you're like, wait, Mr. Mason, 2 6 isn't in there. That's because I have to simplify, divide them both by 2, and I get my answer of 1/3. B. Alright, again, please make sure your answers are nice, neat, organized like this when you're doing the evens. Alright, now we have some word problems. Animals. So a newborn panda at the San Diego Zoo grew about 9/16 pounds in the first week and about 5/8 pounds the second week. How much more did the panda grow in the second week? How much more means subtract. There's always key phrases or words within word problems to tell you what operation you actually need to do. So they want to do the second week. How much more did it grow in the second week? So they're saying the second week is bigger than the first week. So I'll do 5/8. Sorry about that. I'll do 5/8 minus 9/16. And actually it will probably be helpful to write it vertically. Notice that I need common denominators here. The 8 can become 16 by simply just multiplying by 2. So I get 10 over 16 minus 9/16. And my answer, 10 minus 9 is 1. Keep the denominator of 16. So 1/16, and remember to put your units, and it's in pounds. So 1/16 pounds more in week 2. Number 19. Kavan went home after football practice, ate 2/3 of a pizza. The next morning, Kavan ate 1/4 of pizza. How much pizza did he eat altogether? The phrase altogether tells us we need to add. Alright, so I'll say 2/3 plus 1/4. There is no common denominator outside of 12 that I can think of that's smaller, so I'll say times 4 times 4 times 3 times 3. That will give me 8/12 plus 3/12. Add it up, 8 plus 11, 8 plus 3 is 11. Keep the 12. That is fully simplified, that's not improper. So I can say 11/12, but of what? 11/12 of a pizza. So make sure on the evens you are telling me which phrase tells you to add or subtract, and then you are setting it up properly and showing all your work. Thank you, have a good night. Call me if you have questions.